Hi, Ian Newton here. Welcome to this exclusive webinar. This is your fast track to helping clients lose weight more successfully than they could ever imagine, and for you to quickly create a new profitable income stream. In this webinar, you'll discover the #1 block people face when trying to lose weight, how you are up against a multi-billion-dollar industry when helping clients, and how you can help them in spite of the pressure and the temptations which surround them. Plus, how you can use the power of conscious and unconscious priming to quickly change even the most entrenched behavior, and discover the life and weight changing method which you will quickly learn and implement in your practice. You'll also discover the sneaky tricks of neuromarketers and persuasion psychologists which literally have people in an eating trance, how you can easily add another service to further add value to the lives of your clients, or start an entirely new in-demand business. Plus, charge a fee which can boost your profits or allow you to work fewer hours with more time for yourself, and learn a cutting-edge exercise and dietary program which clients will want to do. Just a little about me. I've been a naturopath for 33 years and a hypnotherapist for the past 5 years. I'm passionate about helping people change their lives, and I'm a firm believer that good practitioners deserve to run successful, profitable businesses. My wife and I live on the beautiful Sunshine Coast in Australia. We have one amazing son, and I love natural health and martial arts. This training is for anyone looking for a new direction while helping people. If you want a therapy with little overheads, to expand your field of influence, if you just want more tools in the fight against obesity, or perhaps you're a practice manager who wants a staff member to implement this therapy. So why I made the change? I had been practicing as a naturopath for 27 years. One Friday about 6 years ago, I was doing a stock take on my thousands of dollars of stock, and I decided I wanted to change. I already had a good weight loss program, but I saw all too often even the most committed clients struggled to stick to their diets and exercise in the long run. Plus, I wanted a better return for my time, with more of the profits going into my pocket and less in the pockets of the supplement suppliers. So I trained in hypnosis, and I discovered I loved this rapid new way of helping people. I actually started in the quit smoking area because that was offered. I learnt a specific process in 3 days and immediately began applying it in my practice. In fact, it was day 4 when I saw my first client. I began by charging a much higher fee than I ever charged as a naturopath, and my clients were happy to pay for their fast results. So there was an obvious progression for me. I quickly developed my iChange weight loss system. The writing was on the wall, in spite of education and walls full of shakes and bars and health food shops. In spite of a never-ending barrage of new diets, more people were gaining weight faster than ever before. I realized I could not change the habits of our society, but I could dramatically improve the lives of my weight loss clients. I also knew that each year the number of potential weight loss clients was growing. So changing the fee paradigm was something very important. See, I can charge a premium for this service, and clients are happy to pay to finally get the results they want. I don't structure my fee according to time spent with a client, but to the value they receive. I charge $300 to $500 for a session. You'll discover the exact pre-session hypnosis session and post-session process which makes this possible and acceptable to clients, and how your clients will easily see the value. A Harvard University study revealed that all the major sensible diets worked. They looked at things like the Zone diet, Weight Watchers, and Aitken-style diets. Only 5% of people stuck to them over a 2-year trial. Here was the problem. It was realized the average diet lasts only 3.5 weeks, leaving most people disappointed and frustrated and feeling as if they will never succeed. This cycle leads to an even greater weight gain and muscle loss. Now, I discovered the 5% rule, and we saw it in that first study. Several years ago, a speaker at a conference I was attending made this statement: less than 5% of people who are offered a solution to a problem will act on that solution. And I was gobsmacked, and it explained so much about human behavior. It explained something of my behavior, and so I set about changing this, getting people, well, into that 5%, at least, expanding it, helping as many people as possible. Just a couple of client feedbacks: people who have lost weight easily in the first weeks, very, very happy, enjoying the hypnosis process. People really do enjoy hypnosis. It's pleasant, it's relaxing. A common comment when they opened their eyes was, "Wow, that was great," or "that was amazing." Being able to separate things out, in a case of separating out alcohol from food to allow the person to not eat as much, and of course the CD follow-up. And the CD is an important part of the process, and I'll explain all about that as well. If you're already a therapist, I am not suggesting that you stop doing your current therapy. I'm not suggesting there's anything wrong. I'm sure your current therapy is wonderful. Unless you're like me and you're ready for a change, but you can simply take this training and offer an extended service to your current clients. Get at their deepest resistance. Plus, you can package it up with your current treatments or supplements, offer an even more comprehensive service than you are now. If you're a chiropractor, you could bundle in chiropractic adjustments that are working on, say, the liver and digestion. A naturopath has their detox programs and supplements. A kinesiologist will have their way of working with people. Acupuncturists with their needling. A massage therapist bundling up lymphatic drainage. Anybody has the capacity to bundle it up. A personal trainer already has so much that they can bundle. This system is flexible enough for you to integrate your favorite diet into the hypnosis to boost compliance. I recommend a dietary program, but you can take your diet that you like and are familiar with and blend it in, and I'll show you how to do that as well. It's principles that make this process so effective. The best part about hypnosis is you can instantly create a strategy for even the most tricky patient. Now, just a few came to mind as I was preparing this. Typically, people will ring and book for weight loss. The first one was a night eating disorder. It's actually a syndrome. People get up during the night and they eat and eat and eat. This unfortunate woman had to even have the fridge locked and food locked away. The second was a person with bipolar. During their down phase, they ate too much. Now, in both of these cases, I listen to what they have to say, and then I tell them, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist. This is what I do, and this is what I believe can be effective for you, and let them make the choice. In the first instance, I treated it very much from an anxiety point of view, so we really focused on stress management. In the second, we focused on really building extra resilience and resources into the up phase, and therefore we minimized the effect in the down phase, and this has been quite successful. The last one was kind of fun and funny. I had to have the guy bring in salad and vegetables that he wanted to eat, because he wanted to do a 90-day challenge, and he didn't eat these things. And I could see right from the outset, he was disgusted by these foods. 90 minutes later, he was eating salads and vegetables. Now, I'm not going to say that he loved them, so we had to have discussions, but he was able to eat them just fine, about how he could make a salad dressing. He didn't know how he could squeeze lemon over his vegetables, how he could make a simple sauce. Simple things that this young man just didn't have a clue about. So we use the power of principles over rules, and by doing this, it makes it so much easier. And the good news is anyone can do this. It does not take any particular skill other than being able to communicate in a reasonable fashion. Hypnosis can be learned quickly. It is the words and phrasing that needs to be precise. Fortunately, at this stage, your client will be completely relaxed with their eyes closed so you can read a prepared script. Even people whose voices are not like the stereotype of a hypnotist do perfectly well. I know a guy with the broadest Cockney accent, and yet he's a fantastic hypnotist. The program takes you all the way from the initial inquiry through to follow-up scripts, all of which have been developed at the coalface of therapy, and you do not have to memorize lots of information because you get a system which allows you to work through the process step by step without obviously referring to notes. And like anything, it gets easier. As you do more and more sessions, you'll get better with practice. But here's the thing, you will have success with your first session. As you learn, as you get better, you can start to ad-lib, and this is where the process becomes a lot of fun. Soon you'll be playing with words, phrases, and mind-bending language and confusion loops. And this is fun, while changing people's lives, of course. And I believe the therapeutic process should be fun for everybody concerned. We don't have to be all serious about helping people lose weight. We can make it fun. And if we don't make it fun, if we don't make it enjoyable, if we don't help them have a good time, they're simply not going to do it. That's right. So all of these loops and confusion loops and so forth I mentioned are built into the script. You don't have to worry about that initially, but you will see how the word patterns work. It's these patterns that allow a person to quickly make changes by literally overriding the negative self-sabotage habits your client has gathered during their lives. The secret revealed. The secret isn't a secret. It just sounds good. It's more like understanding the elusive obvious. In my opinion, the key to a person reaching their ideal weight is to feel good about themselves right from the start of the program. Not when the weight comes off, but right now. And that's what we focus on. So instead of pushing away from the weight they don't want, they are being drawn to a new healthy future. This is so much easier for your clients to sustain. Negative motivation wears people out. Positive motivation provides a light at the end of the tunnel. People are like lawnmowers. What on earth do I mean? You know the old lawnmower, down on the engine there's a little rubber button, and you press it 2 or 3 times and it pumps some fuel into the engine to prime the engine so it's easier to start. You mow for a while, you run out of fuel, and you have to do it again. Well, people need to be primed regularly to keep them on track. And so we have conscious priming actions. You will learn 3 conscious priming methods, plus a simple process for creating new positive habits. Each of these activities has been proven to lower stress hormones and to raise the feel-good hormones and chemicals within minutes. One thing that's really important to me is if I teach somebody a process, I want to know 100% that it has been proven that it will create a specific outcome, and that's what these do. This is something you might like to use for yourself or your clients, and this is the positive new habit process I alluded to before. 1. Decide on a new habit you want for yourself or a client. Then carefully consider the benefits of having this habit in your life and remind yourself of these benefits frequently. Connect the new habit to a time, a place, a person, or a situation. And then congratulate yourself each time you do the habit and just keep doing it over and over again. Integrate this into your life. It could be as simple as every time you go to the bathroom, look in the mirror and smile and make a positive statement about yourself. Each time you walk through a certain doorway, you drop and do 5 push-ups. Hey, you might end up doing 50 push-ups a day. Every time you see certain people, make a point of saying something positive or simply having a glass of water with a coffee. These are small things you can use, and the momentum will create bigger and more important habits. This process can also be introduced during hypnosis to speed up results. All the conscious priming techniques are integrated via hypnosis, which means that the hormones will soon be in a normal functioning range instead of a dominance of cortisol, because this simply increases stress and leads to dietary failure. And your clients have had enough of that in their lives already. Nothing to do with you, of course, but just their backgrounds will tell you this. The unconscious priming is the eye change hypnosis process. This is a combination of what I learned in my training, my brother's training, he learned hypnosis in the UK, and my wife's training. She's a medical practitioner and she studied medical hypnosis. Plus, I've immersed myself over the last years in authoritative hypnosis, traditional hypnosis, Ericksonian hypnosis, and of course NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. This has created a mixing pot to create a unique program, picking the best principles. So 13 things you will learn. You will learn the simple technique which locks in all the changes made in hypnosis. How to modulate your voice to create various responses. Quickly learn a dozen or more hypnotic phrases, each designed to take your suggestions deeper into your client's unconscious. Understanding the power of naming processes, boosting your client's confidence in you, and many other aspects of business. Plus, you will learn the one simple process which is guaranteed to rapidly make you a hypnosis expert, and know why certain words, when used properly, have a strong influencing effect, both consciously and unconsciously. Here's an example, a study. A person simply walked into a queue. They turned to the person behind them and said, "I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry." They weren't well received. The same person walks into another queue, turns to the person behind and says, "I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry because my car is parked in a loading zone or I have to pick up my child." Simply adding because improved the outcome by 70%. Now we can take that even further. We can give a reason because, state what we think, then add which means, which further explains it. Then we can include an and, which takes it even further driving in these ideas and literally taking the person in the queue into a momentary state of hypnosis, during which time they accept the presence of the person there, even if the excuse was quite ridiculous. You'll discover the 5 powerful emotions which motivate people into action. For example, shame. Well, we know how people feel. They're embarrassed to get changed in front of their partner, to wear swimming clothes onto the beach. Perhaps they're even embarrassed to go to their doctor and disrobe. Or they feel that when they're eating in public they're being judged. These are terrible ways for people to feel. And we can work with those feelings and move them to positive feelings. And to be able to instantly put yourself in a state of rapport with your client. This is valuable, and you can use this technique anywhere in your life. In addition, be able to relax with a group and deliver an effective process no matter how many people are present. You don't have to do this one-to-one. You can leverage the whole process and work groups. Experience rapid learning and enhanced relaxation via a series of hypnotic inductions. During the modules, you'll be taken through inductions. You get to benefit from them and enjoy them. How to integrate the key conscious priming method into hypnosis. This is very important, especially with stress-related eating problems. The number one key to be able to hypnotize anybody. How to assist even the most skeptical clients and discover your weight loss niche. There are millions of people who need your assistance. You don't have to help them all, so you can niche down to a certain group. So how does it fit in with what you're doing? Well, this can simply fall under the banner of your current therapy. If you've not practiced before, I can advise you on insurance and associations and so forth. The popular model in the USA at the moment is to become a weight loss coach, a weight loss specialist, a weight loss consultant. A lot of people doing this have very little formal training, yet running successful businesses. So can you. So out with the old. Most people will start to feel down and negative at the mere mention of a diet. Those words, diet and calories, stress them out. We change the language. We reframe their thinking. And it's the same about exercise. Now some of the people needing to lose weight will be keen exercises, and some can barely mention the word. We can help all of those people. You see, your clients' minds are full of dietary failures, theirs and other people's, their childhood struggles with vegetables, and sweets being used as rewards, or often as not the removal of such things as punishments. And remember being told to finish up all your food because of the starving children. Wow, as a child I spent many a long evening sitting with a plate of cold peas and beans. I would roll the peas across the floor to try to feed them to the cat, but the cat never helped me out. And we were reminded of the starving children. Of course, it was parents' attempt to get us to be healthy, to eat our vegetables. But what it implanted was a thought that you have to eat it all up. Now, just recently, my wife and I were out to dinner with my son, and he got 95% of the way through his meal and he left the rest. And I just said to him, because of my conditioning, "Oh, you're not hungry?" He says, "I've had enough." And I was so proud of him, and I was so proud of the fact that we never talked to him about having to finish up all his meal. He actually was a good eater as a child, so we didn't have too much issue. But he could leave that small amount of food because he identified that he had had enough, and I just thought that was fantastic. Your clients have had so many unkind comments, airbrushed celebrities annoying them, starvation diets, going to bed hungry on the latest diet, not to mention the multinational junk food marketing which goes on and on and on and gets inside their head using very specific negative priming methods. And these are just some of the barriers in people's minds. Emotional eating. One of the main reasons people overeat is because of stress. One of our conscious priming methods is very powerful, and it's a big help in this department and an important component of the iChange hypnosis process. The importance of correct management of stress eating cannot be underestimated, but the process is designed to assist even the most anxious, stressed out eater. Food addictions. I see food addictions as another kind of stress. All we are doing is looking at a specific food in this case rather than the general volume of food. So we will go into questioning, we will find that out, really dig deep, and we can help these people. And there's a specific script to help people with food addictions. So our goal is changing the meaning. We do it 4 ways: to integrate the conscious priming methods, to install new beliefs about the diet process via a complete relabeling and reframing the elements of the dietary language, whether it be the process I use or your favorite diet. This is vital, as the language of weight loss has powerful negative associations to most people who need to lose weight. New associations with being active are also activated this time, and creating a new belief system about weight and health. And you might wonder, why is this all so important? This is so important because a person can have the best diet or exercise program under the sun. They can have armfuls of supplements, but when they go home the next day, it is they who decide how much they eat. It is they who decide when they eat and what kinds of foods. It is they who decide how active they are. And these decisions all come from the unconscious. All those beliefs surfacing, which will either help them or sabotage them. Using this process, we can have thoughts in their unconscious which will help them. Eating disorders. I've done a little bit with eating disorders. I see my role as simply playing a part in their lives. I insist they see other people such as medical professionals, psychologists, but we can be of help. If that is your interest, you can do a lot as part of the process. So what do you get? You'll get the script manual as a PDF. All the scripts, including phone booking, email contact, email questionnaire, the pre-hypnosis script, the after-session diet PDF, and the after-session follow-up. And you can change these around. You can change the questionnaire in such a way that you can make it your own. I will be giving you the after session diet as a PDF, which is what I give, the exact thing I give. And what I recommend to people is you just sit down for 20 minutes and copy and paste the pieces you want, leave out what you don't want, and put your name and contacts in. Plus you can use it as a way to further promote other things you do. You'll also get the full hypnosis manual, the whole script as a PDF, so you can immediately start going through it. And really there's no reason why you couldn't be seeing clients in just a couple of days. Just read through the information. And there's an important thing in here. It'll teach you when to do nothing. This may sound unusual. Generally in therapy, we're always doing something. But in hypnosis, it's important to do nothing, because you can simply give someone a suggestion and then allow them to process it. In the meantime, you have a glass of water, kick back, relax, have a stretch, and you can just observe the person during this time too. And then when you're ready, you start again. This is a very important skill. You will receive 5 modules delivered online, and you can revisit these anytime you wish. Each module takes you deeper into the practice of hypnosis. We cover all the scripts up until your client arrives. You learn the fast connection process. So that's module 1, all the scripts. Plus we're going to do an induction there. Module 2, you'll learn the fast connection process, and we explore every aspect of the pre-hypnosis portion of the session, and we do another induction. Third module, again another induction, because each of these inductions is bringing you closer to understanding how inductions work and enjoying the process. You'll discover how to relax anyone, and we break down the hypnosis induction step by step. Fourth module, here we pull apart the hypnosis session so that you will clearly understand what we say and what we do, and exactly how to pace the session. And 5, how to construct your client's after session CD. On 5, we also handle any problems that arise and how you can work with that, and if you've got to do another session for someone, how we go about doing that as well. Really important stuff. So everything is covered for you, absolutely. Plus you get 4 20-minute Skype or phone sessions with me to answer any of your questions. The Skype sessions are designed to solve specific issues, so plan your questions carefully, and then we can cover a lot of ground in 20 minutes. The program is designed to suit those who just want to jump in and start hypnosis quickly, or those who want to build their skills over a few weeks. It doesn't matter. You know what you're like. You know your personality. It's all good. You know, a big question is, how much is your investment in the Weight Loss Mastery Business in a Box? You could easily pay over $7,000 for such a comprehensive course, and that is what I paid years ago. But I'm not going to ask you for anything like that. I was originally going to offer this training as a live 2-day event, but I was going to charge $29.97 for such training, and that would have been a bargain. Remember, that's less than half of what I paid years ago, but you would have to potentially travel, pay for accommodation, and of course give up 2 days of your valuable time. I'd have to do the same, and a weekend with family is much more fun. Plus, in my experience, the valuable information can be delivered fairly quickly, and in seminars sometimes the time is padded out. You know, if people come in a little bit late, people asking, silly questions from the floor that waste people's time, the idea of practice, getting into 2s or 3s, and it just turns into conversation very quickly. I find we don't learn very much in those situations. Plus, in many seminars, the presenters spend time upselling you to another product. So there'll be none of that. You can just get straight into this. Most importantly, I know that any intelligent person can deliver this information competently and get great results with my simplified training system. And you will easily learn what you need to know. And of course you have my full support to clarify any points via the Skype sessions. So upon payment, you'll receive all the written materials and modules by digital download. We then go through the entire course in a series of 5 modules which you can view in your own time. The Mastery program is designed to take action on as quickly as possible, in as little as a couple of days after starting. And I break down every element of the process. Plus I take you through a series of inductions to speed up your learning. You will completely understand this process very, very quickly and easily. And you get the 20-minute phone or Skype sessions you can use at any time. This is your opportunity to have your questions answered as you are learning or when you see clients. And this is time spent with me. This is not sitting doing practice in a seminar. So the total value, all the scripts from initial contact to after session follow-ups, valued at $297 at least. The full hypnosis script developed from years of clinical practice, again $297. 5 information-packed modules, $697, breaking every single thing down, and the 4 20-minute Skype sessions valued at $697. A total value in excess of $1998. But you're going to pay only one payment of $497. So why am I offering this amazing value? Well, this is the early days for this. I have taught this process. I know it works. I know this process works in clinic. It's been tested over endless times. I have taught this to people and they pick it up very quickly. But it is the beginning. I want to create practitioners who can help people. We have a massive problem in society, and you can be a big part of the solution. And this is extremely inexpensive and will absolutely be increasing to at least $997 in the near future. Plus I give you a 90-day guarantee. You see, I know this works. I know anyone can make this work, but in the unlikely event you're not completely delighted with this training, just contact me within 90 days and you'll receive a full, no questions asked refund. So I just took you inside the workings of weight loss mastery. I'm sure by now you can see how easily you could be able to do this and change people's lives. I'm sure you can also see the value of this program. So all you have to do is click the link to get started in a couple of slides. And if for any reason that after doing the 5 modules, after absorbing all the comprehensive scripts, and even after being fully supported by our 4 Skype calls, you feel is not for you for any reason, just contact me. This is why I cover you with my full money-back 90-day, no questions asked guarantee. And if you join me now, you'll be receiving this program at the lowest price of which will ever be offered. There will never be any discounts, but I know demand will naturally drive the price up to at least $997. So to enroll now, just click the Get Started link below this video. It's at iChangePrimingSeminars.com/enroll. Again, for anyone listening on a mobile phone, perhaps iChangePrimingSeminars.com/enroll. You will arrive at the enrollment page on iChange Seminars website. So just click the Buy button and you'll immediately go to PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, it's quick to set up and it's the safest way to pay online. So once again, just click the Get Started link below, iChangePrimingSeminars.com, and I really look forward to meeting you on our Skype sessions, hearing about all your wonderful successes. Thank you. I'm Ian Newton.